Quickly, I got to give a shout out to my guy, Devon Evans. He said it best. He said that the devil works hard, but Howie Roseman works even harder. The Eagles may be adding a 2-time Pro Bowler to the fold, and they already added a edge rusher with some links to Vic Fangio. So we're going to talk about what we can expect from these guys if they are to be on the active roster for the Eagles. Also, I want to talk about a guy that might be seeing way more snaps than people are expecting. So let's get into it.
You want Philly?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. There's some guys that might be saying, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it, Philly. Let's get it popping, man. The Eagles, they just never sleep, all right? We already know that we lost Brandon Graham for the season, which is heartbreaking. It hurts every time I say it, but we did lose him. We also lost Bryce Huff for until at least the playoffs, so we need depth. We need some guys to go out there and be able to give us some quality snaps, and I think Howie Roseman is working those phones. I think we all knew he would. But before we get into that, y'all know what it is, man. It's your boy Joe Castro, a.k.a. Philly Fresco, and it is another episode of Philly the podcast. So we're going to hop right into this, man. I'm excited to get this news, so hopefully this all pans out the way we want it to. We have heard, and I'm sure you guys have heard over the past couple of weeks, KJ Henry did work out for the Philadelphia Eagles. He does have ties to Vic Fangio going back to Denver. I believe he was the guy who signed him as an undrafted rookie, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But he does have some time with Vic Fangio, excuse me. Not one of those players that I'm expecting to come in. Hey, let's be real about this, right? We are now in, week 13? We are not going to find a guy out there that is a all-world generational player. It just probably isn't going to happen. I don't want to say it definitely won't happen, but it probably won't happen. KJ Henry is not going to come in here and be the next coming of Brandon Graham or Fletcher. He's just not going to be that guy. What KJ can do, though, is give you some good snaps. He can give you 10 to 15 to maybe 20 snaps a game and let you allow younger guys like a Milton Williams, like a Nolan Smith, like Josh Sweat is still young, basically. But you let these other guys in the rotation get some rest, get some time to, catch a breather, and that's really what you want, and you're not losing too much, right? KJ Henry can still make tackles. KJ Henry can still play the position. So it still gives you that versatility with the guys you have, because I am one, and maybe this is going to be wrong, we'll see what happens. I'm one to think that they're going to give the guys they have on this roster a chance before anybody that they sign, whether it be KJ Henry or the guy we're going to talk about soon. The Eagles have some real solid players. We really do. We really do. And another guy that I think is going to get some snaps is going to be Teron Jackson. I think that he's still on the practice squad. I can see him getting activated, getting elevated, getting some snaps before they put somebody like KJ Henry out there, see what they have, and then move from there. Now, there is another guy that the Eagles are connected to, and if you follow me on Twitter, you probably already seen me tweet this out. Someone, and I'm going to make this very clear, it was not me, okay? I just want to let y'all know that I have a girlfriend. I am not out here DM people's wife. I promise you that. But somebody did DM Shaq Barrett's wife, and I'll put it up on the screen for you guys to read it. But basically, they said, we want Shaq in Philly. He said, Howie's going to get him right. Let's get him another ring. He will eat alongside Sweat, Carter, and Milton. To which, if this is real, Jordana Barrett, his wife, if this is real, I mean, it looks real. Like I said, I'm going to show it to you guys. You guys let me know if you guys think it's real or not. She said, Miami has his rights, but the Eagles are the ones who pulled him out of retirement. Very interesting. This makes a lot of sense. This does. Now, what would need to happen for the Eagles in order to actually grab a Shaq Barret? Shaq Barret is still under contract with Miami. If Miami decides they do not want to re-sign him, or they do not want him back on the squad, or they don't want to cut him, they can just say no thank you, and he will stay on the retired list. He will not be able to play this year. So there is that possibility. Another possibility is that the Miami Dolphins say, okay, if you want to play, we'll cut you, we'll let you go do what you want to do, go sign with whoever you want to sign. Now, I'm going to keep with the negative trend for a second until I tell you the positives and what could possibly happen for the Eagles. Now, another negative is he has said before that there's only one team out there that he would want to come back and play for. I have some people that, cover the Bucs that talk about the Bucs. They said it was them. They said that the Buccaneers are his top choice. He would want to go back to Tampa Bay. We'll see. We'll see. He also said that it was going to have to be a perfect scenario. I don't think there's much more of a perfect scenario right now than coming to the Philadelphia Eagles and being one of the top 3-4 teams out the gate. Coming out of retirement, being one of the best teams out the gate. I think that's a perfect scenario. You would be in a Vic Fangio scheme, which I think he would play very well in. I think that he would really... He's not going to be the guy in 2019, right? He's not that guy where he had almost 20 sacks. He's not that guy anymore. Last time that he played, I think he played almost 62% of the snaps, had 4.5 sacks. So I'm looking for that. I'm looking for a guy that can play 30% of these snaps, 30% of these snaps, and get us a sack or two, down the stretch. Somebody that can give us real reps in the playoffs. That's what we need. So I don't want anybody looking at these players and saying, oh, we just found ourselves, Bobby Wagner. Oh, we got Ray Lewis. That's not what's happening. We're just trying to find depth. So I do like the fact that Howie Roseman never stops. He never sleeps. I love that. But I do love the fact that they're not wasting any time. I mean, KJ Henry makes sense. Shaq Barret makes sense. These are guys that, again, you're not going to have to push anybody to the side. You're not going to have to say, Nolan Smith, well, we got Shaq Barret. That means you can't really play. No, these are guys that are going to help these guys mature. And that's a big part of it as well. When you have a Shaq Barret helping guys like Nolan Smith, and he's really the main guy, to be real with you, but Nolan Smith, and you look at the other guys, even a Nakobe Dean can learn from a Shaq Barret. I mean, you have a lot of youth. If you add a veteran like that, I think it only helps you on and off the field. So I'm about 75%. I'm about 60%. I'll say that. I'm about 65% on the side that it'll happen. And then that other 30%, 35% kind of makes me feel like it might not happen, 40% depending on the math. So we'll see what happens. I really do like Shaq Barret. Again, I just want to reiterate, I'm not saying he's going to be the next coming of anything. I just think we need depth, and realistically, I wouldn't be mad if they went out there and got a running back either, because we need depth there too. But that has nothing to do with what we're talking about. The Eagles are in a position to go ahead and now correct. It wasn't even a mistake, but, fix something that went wrong during the season. Losing Brandon Graham is huge. But if you can get a veteran like Shaq Barret, he covers both alleys, right? He covers the alley of now we have a veteran that can kind of teach these young guys, and two, we have a guy that can give us productive snaps, so hopefully him and KJ Henry become full-time Eagles and they can help us out and we can win a Super Bowl with them. Now, one thing I do want to talk about before I get out of here, before we get into that, be sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe, join the family. We're on the road to 10K. I would really, really appreciate it if you guys help me get there. I mean, we've been killing it the past couple of weeks, so I really appreciate all the support. And, let's keep it going. Last thing I want to talk about is a little bit more lighthearted. I just thought it was hilarious. Micah Parsons needs to probably stop doing podcasts. He was on his last podcast just gushing over Saquon Barkley, saying that he's in another world. He's the MVP. He's in a class all by himself. I just want to know, I'm not going to go crazy in depth on it and everything, but I just want to know, how do y'all feel about that? Because realistically, if that was one of our players, I would feel some type of way about it. And it's because of the age. And hear me out, okay? Darius Slay, I know he has a podcast. I know he likes to talk his talk. He likes to have fun on his podcast. I'm more okay with Darius Slay doing that because he's on his way out. He's not, and it's not like he's a trash player, but he's got maybe a year, maybe 2, maybe 3 more years in the league. I understand wanting to work on your next project, right? Work on what you're going to do after football. Micah Parsons, you got like 10 more years in the league. Why are you worrying about what you're going to do after football? Like, you should probably just chill, especially when your team's trash. I just think it's weird. I would love to know what you guys think. But other than that, man, I really, really do. I can't say it enough, man. I appreciate all the love and support that you guys have been showing over the past week or two. I'm really trying to come back full time, really trying to, go crazy with this news. So all the likes, all the shares, all the views, it helps immensely. So thank you so much, man. But other than that, yeah, know what it is. Look at the Christmas tree in the back. Shout out to my girl. It's almost Christmas time. It's Thanksgiving tomorrow. So if I do not make a video, happy Thanksgiving to all y'all. But I will be making a video. But yeah, it's Fly, Eagles Fly. And we are out here. Peace.
Eagles fans everywhere. This is for you.
Fly, Eagles fly.
scene. Touchdown, touchdown. Time to get Jalen this ring. You don't really want to start a thing. This a Bird Gang Nation, baby. It's a Philly thing. Hater, and you looking like you type trash. I'm just here calling on Philly the podcast. And we can call a man dog or watch Miles score off the handoff. Rest of the division, your man soft. Jackson like Sean, hunting like Randolph. Season head, early time to do him in. Your boy Philly Fresco, thanks for tuning in.